Hello, everybody. All right, I am feeling a bit creative and I would record it for you, but you know, my struggle with trying to record, especially stuff that's gonna take me some time. So I figured I might as well just do a little live, interact with you. The live was good the last time I was able to interact with you. So I want to do that. Before I even get into that, I am actually working on a video. I've been working on a crochet trench coat. And for the life of me, I don't know why I have not settled down to finish it because I'm almost done. So y'all remember when I was working on that jacket, right? And I kind of messed up and the measurement wasn't right. And I was like, let me use the bone of what I did and kind of create a trench coat. I'm gonna turn you this way so you can see it. All right. So this is what I've done so far. One arm is kind of complete. I want to put the colors on the end as well. And then this arm is what I'm left to work with. So this is what it's looking like so far. I was thinking of whether or not I want to have the length a little bit more, but I think this might be okay. So this is kind of what it would be like. I need to put the collar on and everything. So that's what I'm working on so far. But this is not what I want to create. I got this fabric. Give me a second. So I'm gonna get a fabric that I got from my sister. She got it in Liberia, I think. Beautiful print, beautiful fabric. Give me a sec. This is the fabric and it's a lot. It's a lot of fabric. I can make so much out of it and I am so scared because I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't cut it because I could use the fabric to make like a complete dress. But I want to make a pleated skirt. This is is that 5 point or 5,000? 5,486 meters. Is that right? I don't know, guys. But I want to make a pleated skirt. You remember that plaid pleated skirt that I thrifted? I want to make a pleated skirt like that. Now, I don't have a machine. My sweet aunt gave me a sewing machine, but I never got it to work. And so I don't have a sewing machine, but I still want to make this. I just reached out to the church group and asked them if they had any sewing machine because I was like, I can just baste it and you know just get the structure and everything and then I can go by their house and just put it together. But one actually said yes, she has it and she can bring it to church tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, please and thank you. So I'm just going to do the boning, just making up the fabric and everything, and then hi and then when I get the sewing machine I'll complete it. So how do you make a pleated skirt? I'm gonna angle you here as I'm using my dining table. If you can't hear me, because I'm worried that I'm gonna be so far away, maybe I should stay on this side. I'm worried I'm gonna be so far away. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is V Desdra. You can call me V Desdra or you can call me D, right? So I want to make a pleated skirt and you look like Tyler. Oh, well, thank you. I could pull off a Tyler. Thank you. So I want to make a pleated skirt. And like I said, I don't have the machine yet, but I want to go ahead and kind of just cut it out. I have needle and thread, so I'm going to baste it. I'm going to show you what I'm using. Pardon me. I should have gotten everything together before I came on here. Say Vanakam. I don't know what that means. I hope it's something good, but there, I said it. Hold on. So sorry about that. Hi. So this is a pleated skirt that I thrifted. And I'm like, I can totally make that skirt. And I think that this fabric would make a lovely skirt. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Now, if you realize, this has like the pleating stitched down here and then it's opened up. I should look at the term and see what they call that stitch. It's been so long that I went to school that I don't know exactly what they call that pleating, but that's, I think it's stitch pleating, something like that. The fabric is nice, right? So I did do my measurement. Where's my tape measure? If you see me running around the place, I'm not fully prepared. What would you call that fabric design? This is a, it was printed in Ghana with real wax block print. So it is an African print fabric. It is 100% cotton. Let me tell you, it's so rich. I want to get a pants out of it, and it's a lot of fabric. So my little skirt is not going to take a lot. So I'm thinking I could do a skirt, I could do a vest, I could probably do a pants as well. But today we're only going to work on the skirt. Let me grab my tape measurement. So if you want to probably make a skirt at home as well, this is the measurement that you would need. I made sure that I was wearing something kind of snug because I needed to get my measurements. Now my actual waist, right, is about 26.5, but I don't want my skirt all the way up here. So I'm going to measure it to where I want my skirt to fit, which is there. And that gives me about, I have a thick waistband here. I'm thinking this is probably, let's do 29, right? So in order, I support the idea. Great. All right, so 29, let me try again. Yes, I feel like 29 would be good. If I, where does the other skirt fit me? I feel like it's higher. I feel like I should do 28th, right? So we're gonna do 3 times 28 plus 1, and that's what we're going to have to do for the width of the skirt. I do have my tablet, so I'm gonna get it so I can use a calculator. So if we get our calculator, 28 times 3, because we need 3 to make sure that we have enough spacing for the pleats, right? Plus, let's just say equal 84 plus 1. And that is for the seam where the zipper is going to be, that's 85. And then because I'm going to cut it on the fold of the fabric, so that I don't have to have this long piece of 85 inches, what I'm going to do is divide that by 2. And that's gonna give me 42.5. So, hopefully you can see me. Here we go with the fabric. I think I had pre-folded it. It's a lot of material, so I don't want to deal with all of this, and I want it to lay flat. So I'm gonna cut what I need first. That way it's easier for me to deal with. So we're looking for 42.5, right? Hi, you love this, Emily? I'm glad you do. Do you sew as well? Are you into fashion? Tell me your story. All right. So also, if you're not yet subscribed, hi, if you're not yet subscribed, I'd love for you to do so. That way you can see me do these things every now and again. All right, so you realize I am kind of pressing it with my hand just to make sure that it's straight. I've folded it. I also measured the length, because the length of the skirt that I want is about, I'm gonna hold it steady and then pull it up. So 18. I think I want the skirt length to be about 18. I can always trim it after that. I like stuff that's 2,000 and I just love your vibe. Oh, cool, thank you. And where are you from, Emily? All right, so I folded it. I want to make sure that it's straight. So I'm using this. To make sure it's straight. I'm from USA. Oh, nice. I'm originally Jamaican, but I do live in the States as well. So this measurement that I have is about 43. But honestly, I'm going to keep the 43 because I can always fold it, the seam in a little bit more, right? And then so 43 is already there. And then I would say the length is going to be 18, but I have to do an extra inch for the hem. So I'm gonna do 19. So 19 would land me here. So I'm gonna get something to mark it. Again, something that I forgot that I was gonna need. Hold on. So ideally, tailor's chalk would be what I need, but I have not really done any real sewing since I've been living here in the States. So that's just what it is. I'm just gonna use what I have. If I do get into making more pieces, then I'll have to invest in stuff like that. But I've marked my 19 inches and I'm just gonna put it there. And then I'm gonna go a little bit more. Can I even see that mark? I think I can. So 19, make sure I did 19. Yep, that was 19. Go 19 again, which is right here. Go down. I'm doing as much marks as I can to make sure that I cut it straight. All the way to the end. Okay, so I now have 19 marked, but I'm going to cut where the 42 had stopped. I do have my scissors. Where did I put it? And you want to make sure you don't use paper scissors. You want to use a fabric scissors because you don't want to use a dull scissors. So this is pretty sharp. So I'm going to go ahead, if I can see, where are my marks? Okay, 19, 19. I think I need to make 19 here again. So a tailor's chalk would have made it much easier to see. But again, we're using what we have. So that is our mark. Let me go ahead and cut away this. And I'm just gonna cut all the way down so that I don't have to worry about all this extra fabric. Because I also need to do the waistband, right? So we can get rid of all this extra fabric. Whew, yes. So now what I want to do is go ahead and cut the length of the skirt. So 19 is about here. And if I have a straight hand, I should be okay. That's one of the hidden talents with sewing, is having a straight hand. Do you hear that sharpness? Oh. Okay, before I get rid of this, I am going to put this aside. So this is my skirt. Yes, so good so far. The next thing I want to do now is my waistband. So I'm going to get the same fabric since we have it. And now we want to, instead of tripling up our size for our waist, we had done 28, right? What we're going to do is divide 28 by 2, which is 14. That's an easy enough math for me to do. And we're gonna add 1, that's 15. Because, and then for the width itself, we may wanna do, I'll do 3 inches. because I don't want the waistband to be thick. Let me see how thick this one is. Yeah, this waistband is about 1.5 inches. So I want to do 3 so that when it folds over, you get that 1.5 inches. And then we said 15, right? So 15 is going to be here. So that's 15, and then 3 is here, 3 here, 3 is here, 3 is here. So let's cut this. Okay, and then we're gonna do so we have our waistband, and we can actually test it to see if we're onto something. Now I feel like this waistband definitely needed a little bit more, but if we do a if we do invisible zip, it might be enough. So we'll just play with this a little bit. I have more fabric, so if I need more, I can always do that. But this is what it's giving so far. Yeah, I definitely should have added at least 3 more inches just to overlap. I'm wondering if I should just cut a piece more. Thank you, Emily. However, I'm not gonna dwell too much on that because that's easily fixable. I'm gonna put away all of my extra fabric. No, I wish I was working with a different color or I had my tailor's chalk, because this is the part where it's gonna get tricky, because I have to mark off an inch. I have to mark off inches here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through the entire fabric and mark my 1 inch. So here we have it. I'm wondering what's the best way. Do I have anything else in a color? Do I not have chalk? Okay, what I think I can do is work as I go along, since I don't have the right thing. So when I do 3, I'm going to add 1 mark to 3 like this, and that's how I get my first pleat. And then I can pin it. Now the question is, do you have enough pin? What do you think? I don't. So I'm also gonna set up my ironing board so that when I get to a certain amount, if I don't have enough pins, I can pull those out. And then, yeah. So we're really just winging this, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. So, you think I got cookies in here? No, I don't. If you're from a Caribbean household or any sewing household, y'all know what we keep in this. I thought I had pins in here though, and I do not. So I need to find my pins. Bear with me. I'm gonna grab my threading. Exactly. I'm gonna grab my sewing kit. So I do have my sewing kit, and there's some pins in here. So I have these. It might not be enough, but like I said, we're gonna work this through together. I need a whole pin cushion and the whole works, but okay. So we're going to do the first pin. So that is my first pleat. I'm going to do another 3 marks. So we have this, 2, 3, which is really hard to see, but we're going to do, okay, do we 1, 3. Now once you get the hang of this, you can almost guesstimate where it's gonna land, but it's good to be accurate. I would play some music, but I'm afraid of getting copyright. So there is the second pleating. Hopefully you can see it. I'm still marking just to give myself good measurement for now. So I do 1, 2, 3, and then I just use that as a guide to the next place. Right. Get my pin, and I just do it against the fold. Once I get closer, then I'll show you. And I'm actually going to sit. So I'll put you a little bit closer. That way you can see exactly. Yeah, that's better. So my tape measure, I just put it here. And I'm marking out 3 inches at a time. So 1, that's not gonna even show, but it's okay. And I'm definitely marking my table, but I'll use acetone to take that out. So I wanna do this. Do I play Roblox? I actually don't. I've never played Roblox. I'm not even sure what Roblox really is, except that it's a game. So I actually don't. So by now I kind of have the hang of what 1 inch looks like. So I'm doing a guesstimate. So I'm just pinching it. Let me make sure. Okay. Once I pinch and fold. Okay. Pinch, fold, and then I pin to keep it placed. It's fun. I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'm not really a big games person. I just love singing and fashion. That's really it. I'll watch TV, like I like YouTube a lot. So as much as I create, I consume. So I pinch the 1 inch for the fold there. And then I pin into place. All right, we're getting along very well. So I just do a measurement. I've stopped marking it because the marks are really not showing because it's black. So I just pinch it and fold it. They're pretty even. I'm almost out of pins. So I will have to start basting it in a minute. All right, so again with the measurement. I sadly, oh, appreciate you for staying on. I really should have been resting, but I just had this desire to do this. I've been thinking about it for a while, and then I was just like, I got the day off today. I just finished watching my